All right, fucking technical issues. Something is in my computer. I'm not real happy. Anyway, sorry. I put up a stream and then I was trying to get the camera to work. Something's very not good. There's something running in the background, but I cannot trace it for the life of me. You know, I'm using Process Explorer to dig around in my computer. I cannot find it for the life of me. It's telling me nothing's using my camera, but StreamYard saying, oh yeah, you're using the camera. Okay. Anyway, how's everybody today? Ozzy, Yesy, Steve, Aikichi, Facts and Feelings, Facts versus Feelings, Little Miss So, I smoke weed like it's air. Okay. And yeah, good day to you all. Sorry I've been away. Maybe I'll play some of the ranch stuff. I tried to stream out there. Yeah, I kind of thought that was going to be a no-go. All right, but I was going to talk about a tweet. Let's see if I can track it down here. Derek was made, and it got me remembering a video I made a long time ago, which I think I will bring out of private. We'll see if they're going to do something nasty to me with it, but let me just surf over here to Derek stuff here, and then I will hit the share screen because I have to have the special instructions because I'm special like that. Where is it here? Come on, buddy. I know you had it out there. All right, there we go. Let's see if we can make this a little bigger, and then people can read it. Share screen. Here we go. Boom. Hey, Paul. Cement. What's Cement? God. What are you? Dixie. Ian. What did you use? Birdie. Missed you guys. Tracy. Tommy. Remember the backup channel, please, if you can. I was just talking to Steve about that. I have a feeling something's going to go wrong here terribly at some point here. More in general, but Derek made a post here he was reposting Donald's Trump stuff, and he's talking about stuff to do with Google. Google, Obama. And I was going to reply. I did write a reply, and then I was going to link an old video, and then I forgot. Well, you know, it's in the private box. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to go and explore and see what Mr. PICHETTE is up to today. I will take that video out of private, and I will put the link in. But let's have a look at it. Does anybody know Patrick PICHETTE? Patrick PICHETTE. Because I was going to make a smart-ass comment about the fact that they're all one and the same. It doesn't really matter what party you're in, blah, blah, blah. Patrick PICHETTE, Google's former CFO. Huge guy. Not CFO of Canada, Chief Financial Officer. No, Google International. This guy was a massive player. And then he moved over to Twitter. Funny that. You know, there's no such thing as allegiances in this game. Board member, Twitter, present. Because it's all one same thing, right? So, okay. Patrick PICHETTE also sits somewhere else. And this part I found rather interesting. He got a little promotion that I didn't know about. Oh, Patrick PICHETTE. Here we go. Oh, he's now the chair of the foundation. So the video I made was about how there was a very interesting timing with things, and let me see, maybe I'll just play it. To hell with it. don't think the audio is very good, though, with playing stuff, you know? Let's see here. Oh, East Coast got a video out. I'm going to have to check that out. Also, still looking for anybody who wants to do some digging. Please send Adrian your stuff. He's over on Twitter and his email. I'll try and drop those links in below. Now, let's see here. I'll go back in the private box. I took a video out of private, yeah, and they just began to unlist it for like literally momentarily, and they hit me with a warning for my next thing is going to be a strike. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything. It's kind of a longer video. It's like 20, where is it here? 20 some minutes long. And I try to demonstrate my point. Sometimes I'm not the best at it, I think. I communicate in Chinese often. I don't think people understand necessarily what I'm talking about. Where the hell is it here? I found it before. Why is it missing? How's everybody doing today? Okay, it should be back in the bottom. It's an older video. Because I was just going to send him the little trailer I made for it. But then I was like, you know, I'm going to look up and see what he's doing these days. Patrick PICHETTE. Now he's chairman of the board. But the timing with Mr. PICHETTE was all rather interesting. How he stayed on the board of Google sponsoring the Liberal Party, and he's also an advisor to Google with whilst sitting in the Trudeau Foundation. I'm like, this is just complete nonsense. Why is it not showing up? This is interesting. I was just looking at it. Let's try, maybe it's not going to show up here. Let's try something different here. Zodiac, Gray, what's going on? Patrick PICHETTE, what a scum. Total scum. All these people, all one and the same. Doesn't matter what party you're part of. They turn out to be ass. I've got a nice little thing I'm going to dig into later about the Conservative Party, which I know will make people very happy, because of course everybody holds on to the Conservative Party because they hope that that's our way out. But sadly, I don't think so. They all play on the same team. When you want to get powerful, you know, you got to sell your fucking soul. Did they fucking delete this? Like, just in the last little bit? They can't have. They can't. It's not that far back. I just was watching it and then I restarted my computer. Why? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, now let's pull this one over here. 3-star. What's going on? They're all the same. They're all the same. Doesn't matter what party we're in here. Is it going to play? Morning, YouTube. So I wanted to holy shit, get a couple of things out of the way first. Big thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you for recommending my channel. Thank you to special thank you to Thoughtful Chrysalis and Polyphemus, both who have channels on YouTube, and I highly recommend. Great patriots. We're all fighting for the same thing, so we all need to work together. Thank you also to great people over on Twitter, super patriots. I'm not going to single anybody out, but you guys are all just great. So, The other piece of business I want to get out of the way is please feel free to download and share, mirror, whatever I have. The only thing I would say is that if anybody has any questions and you can't answer them yourself, please point in my direction.
Tony Podesta clone?
Now, all of that being said, I wanted to talk
they're all from
about
the same
video that I
family.
made,
Don't worry
elaborate
about
a little bit more about the video I made the other day because it started to get.
This is, of course, years old, right? I think you can tell.
The tie-in that the Trudeau Foundation, Mr. Trudeau, and Google have. All right, so I noticed something a few months ago. I use a variety of search engines, browsers, combinations to bypass certain algorithms. So I can get access to more articles and things that may be hidden due to algorithms within browsers. So using any product.
See you later, Ian. Have a good day. God bless.
Archive an article that was of sensitive nature to do with the Liberal Party. The icon that would appear on the tab was not the normal archive.org. So let's run a little bit of an experiment here. So here we have Monsef, of course, somebody who has controversy, and I'll just put in the Sun, okay, as a paper. So if we click this, here comes our article, and I go over to my handy archive.
Oh, you can't see that. I have a little extension for archiving.
I notice something interesting happens. I get the Liberal icon. But if I go to the actual archive.org, I actually get the normal icon. Any other browser that I do using, say, Start Page with Mozilla or Start Page with Opera or any other combination of DuckDuckGo, I'm going to get the regular icon all the time. But only with Liberal Party articles do I get the Liberal Party icon. So I filed that away in my head, and I was like, why is that happening? I don't quite understand. I cleared the cache, and then it just kind of drifted away. But the idea of the censorship has really come back up. So I've been working away, and then I found some information that I found rather interesting. And this came back. Now, Mr. Trudeau, let's go over to him. Mr. Trudeau, of course, was not somebody of particular note prior to his political history, other than his father's name, of course, right? He did not, he failed or discontinued going to engineering school. He discontinued doing his master's degree in environmental geology. He was a ski instructor and he was a drama teacher. Nothing of particular note. Other than the name. But then in 2008, he decides to go into politics. Okay, he goes into politics.
Duck, tracks too.
Obviously, 2009, an individual comes along and joins the Trudeau Foundation. Now, the Trudeau Foundation was founded in 2001. 2009, an individual named Patrick PICHETTE comes along and joins the board as an advisor to Google Inc. Okay, never heard of this title on a board. Rather interesting.
No, but I have now.
PICHETTE comes along, joins Trudeau Foundation as advisor to Google. Okay, who is Mr. Patrick PICHETTE? Well, Mr. Patrick PICHETTE is former executive, being senior vice president, and chief financial officer, CFO of Google International. Not Google Canada, Google International. This man is an extremely high up person on the board, or was on the board, of Google. So, what happens? Let's fast forward a little bit of time to April 2013. April 2013, Trudeau runs and successfully becomes leader of the Liberal Party, who is in, at that point, third place. So he's not leader of the opposition, but he is leader of the Liberal Party. Now, 2015, what happens? Mr. PICHETTE in March 2015, retires from Google. So he's serving, he serves on the board of the Trudeau Foundation as advisor to Google whilst working for Google. Now he retires the same year that Mr. Trudeau runs for prime minister. Later that year, Trudeau, November 4th, becomes prime minister. What happens the first day of November 4th on 2015? The first day Mr. Trudeau is in power, well, he writes to Google and he says, please remove certain pages from your search. Right away. 7 of them, I believe. Not just pages, we're talking about full domain names now, like full subdomains. Candace Bergen put in a request April 28th, 2016, for all of the scrubbing that was going on that the government was involved with. I'm surprised this hasn't come out a little bit more, but we'll delve into that. So, Mr. Trudeau is getting rid of things. What is he getting rid of? Well, when we go to the pages, they're gone, by and large. But by the dates listed, we can see that he's going back retroactively into Mr. Harper's government and scrubbing stuff out of his, whilst he was Prime Minister of Government of Canada. Now, why would he be doing that? That's an important question. Why? Why is he doing that? Let's look at another component of this story. Bear with me. So let's bring in Bombardier. Go to their page here. Go to their governance side, their board of directors, director bios. We scroll down. We have Mr. Patrick Pichette, who's been elected and sitting as an advisor to Google once again since 2013, the same year that Mr. Trudeau was elected head of the Liberal Party of Canada. Is it coming together?
It's all the times,
Certainly
the
does.
timings.
Let's look at
Mr.
the
Pichette,
loan.
very helpful in getting, and Google getting Mr. Trudeau elected. Very helpful.
$372.5 million loan, of course, from the Trudeau government, repayable over 4 years. I think we all know Bombardier's track record with repaying loans. Hence why what initially started as a 4-year loan has now worked its way into a 15-year loan. How much does Bombardier really owe us? Nobody knows. Now, this $372 million loan, funnily enough, Mr. Trudeau caught a lot of flack. Why did he catch a lot of flack? Well, aside from the fact that it's $372.5 million, again, going to a company that's repayment.
They're bad. Bad News Brown. Billions.
They don't.
Bad
They
News
don't
Brown.
repay. We all know that. It's a sewer of money, and it's sad. And we keep
Over in Russia.
Billions of dollars into this company. But Mr. Trudeau gave this money to Bombardier, whom Mr. Pichette is sitting on the board of, and people on the board of directors all got raises. Okay? Is that, hopefully I'm putting it together here correctly. Now, another piece that we have to fold in here is the fact that Google started to kick in money into the Trudeau Foundation. When did they start kicking money into the Trudeau Foundation? 2014, 2015. So the same year that Trudeau is running to become Prime Minister of Canada, Google starts kicking money into them. Okay? So there's clearly a relationship now between Google, hopefully I've demonstrated that, between Google and Mr. Trudeau, the fact that Mr. Trudeau is calling upon Mr. PICHETTE, who is the advisor now to Google, and getting things scrubbed off the internet that are not convenient for him. Now, this involves Mr.
So, and that was like, you have to think about this, right? Right when he gets elected and he's sworn in, he had a list of documents that he wanted scrubbed off the prime minister's page. Most of them to do with Harper, most of them to do with you can't find necessarily what they are. Defense related somewhat. I was able to track a little bit of it, but sorry, I won't interrupt anymore. But it's the timing of everything. Google is orchestrating the search engine to help get Trudeau elected. Meanwhile, pumping money into the Trudeau Foundation, right? And they've subsequently got a lot of contracts from the government for AI tech type things down in Quebec and things. And PICHETTE is right in there like a dirty shirt. He retires from this gigantic job, huge. I don't know if I'll speak about that, but how much he's getting paid, unbelievable amounts of money. And he says, well, I want to fly around the world. It was because he didn't want to get nailed with conflict of interest, but he was still doing what he was doing, right? Getting Trudeau elected.
Harper, and I know that that's going to be burst some bubbles for some conservatives, and I would be amongst them. I'm sorry, but and I'm still haven't. I'll put out other parts to this puzzle here, but I haven't gone through why. And there are some reasons
I know Zodia.
that that's possible. But Mr. PICHETTE also sits on a variety of other boards. He hasn't quite retired. So he gave up this huge job with Google, right? He's 54 years old, I think. And he walks away from a job that when Google tried to recruit somebody to fill his position, cost them $70 million. So this is clearly a large player. Now, Mr. PICHETTE also sits on the board of a company, a biochemical company, which is rather interesting, one of whom's large shareholders is the country of Qatar. So let's use something a little bit more practical to try and illustrate the point. Google Canada invests $4.5 million to research artificial intelligence technology. Okay, $4.5 million. Right. Google's investment will support new AI research outposts in Quebec, where researchers will investigate deep learning and an artificial intelligence exercise that will allows analysis to detect big data patterns.
Vomit.
Big data patterns.
I spoke of big data. I put out a video about big data. Google banned it. It's on my, I think, what is it called? Red Pill 2.0. And they banned it immediately as I put it out, because I started to get into how everything fits together. And they didn't like that. And this, you have to remember, this was back before YouTube was doing their serious booting and scrubbing. This was like, people were still allowed to put out videos about Nazis, all kinds of things. Of course, who owns YouTube, right? Alphabet. Alphabet owns Google. Google, all one and the same.
Once AI has the ability to crunch big data effectively, it can be used to guide decisions.
Psychological warfare.
What is a decision? What is one decision? An election. Okay? Google's investment came after $213 million in Canadian government funding was awarded to 3 Montreal-based artificial intelligence projects. Okay, so I'm trying to develop the picture here for you, help you understand. What is big data, for starters? Big data is every single thing that you do online. Every phone call, in fact. Those are all data. That's all data. That's all compiled.
And when you talk about big data, it's not just phone calls. It is every single fucking email that you send, every chat text that you send, every Twitter DM that you send, every TV show that you watch, right? Because it's all that's all on the digital network. That's why you don't see Nielsen boxes and stuff like that anymore. Everywhere that you drive in your car, GPS rated. Every credit card transaction that you make, every plane ticket that you buy, the metadata that goes around with your cell phone, which is unbelievable because it all goes together. So they start to learn who your friends are, the things that you do, and it's psychologically manipulating your mind individually. And I have very difficult time explaining that to people because they're like, well, I know I can see that, some things are kind of targeted at me. That's like the fucking, but it's you as an individual, you as Tracy, you as Little Miss So, you as DC, you as Zodiac, we're all going to see smoking weed. We're all going to see something different, right? On your Facebook things like, oh, your friend likes this, your Twitter feeds, your social media is very much a part of this, right? Because if you look at what LifeLog's next incarnation, LifeLog was DARPA, Defense Advanced Research Projects out of the United States. And DARPA had LifeLog. And LifeLog was to track all your daily events and blah, blah. They made it, sound every single thing that you do, blah, blah, blah. Every picture that you take. And then LifeLog died one day. But on the same day that it died, Facebook originated. This is all tools, nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is free. So, Minority Report. Exactly, Steve. Nothing in life is free. Everybody seems to think, oh, these are good things. And, they're running around there asking people for their nudes so that they can control somebody, your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend showing stuff on Facebook or posting something on the internet. Facebook literally will go around and ask people that. The deep fakes that they can make. It gets really fucking outrageous when you start digging into it. Lyric. Is it Lyric? The Lyric? No. Lyrebird. So it literally, I can take a couple of pictures of people, and I can make an artificial, I could take a picture of, say, Steve, a few pictures of Steve, and I can make a video of Steve, and if I have a 30-second sample of Steve's voice, I can get him saying anything, doing anything. This is how fucked up it is. As in, you can make artificial YouTube channels, right? It's not a person. If you dig into NVIDIA has programs now that develop absolutely not real people. And they look totally real. How much manipulation computers and shit like that use is really, really crazy. And when I started to talk about that, they got not happy about it. I remember Paulie and I were digging around in that, and they just were not happy. Data mining. Lots of people are aware of the term data mining. Huge business. People compile data, and what do they do with that data? All of the apps that you have on your phone that you grant permissions to just by hitting it, or I accept the terms,
Click
you're
roll
giving away
agreements.
data. And all of that data is compiled, and all of that data develops a profile for who, say, me. I'll use myself in this example. All the data Seamus has online, or all the data, period, I have out there, is compiled. All of my credit card usage, etc.
YouTube
It's all
videos,
metadata, all
watching
compiled,
history.
and they develop a profile of exactly who I am and how to target me using software such as Liberal List, Tom Pitfield's
Ooh,
software that he
fuck. I didn't know I went into that.
redeveloped from a proprietary piece of software from the Democratic Party of the United States. Who is Tom Pitfield? Data Sciences Inc.
He banned me
Sciences Inc.
from talking to him because I sent him some documents.
Targets specific voters, hits you with information to influence your votes, okay, via internet, etc.
Hello, sir.
Who's Tom Pitfield married to? Anna Gainey. Anna Gainey, head of the Liberal Party of Canada.
Yeah, power
Where were
match.
they both? Christmas time.
No longer, but was.
Aga Khan Island with Trudeau. The relationship between Data Sciences Inc., a think tank called Canada 2020, the Liberal Party, social media platforms and search engines such as Google, etc. I'm trying to hopefully get you red pilled enough that you're seeing a big picture here. They get us locked into echo chambers where we are talking amongst ourselves and spreading the same stuff, and it is not getting out. Every single thing that Trudeau does as a politician is suicidal, absolutely suicidal. Most of us grew up knowing the fact that a politician panders to electors, especially, come election time, they're always giving out all kinds of wonderful things to get your vote, right? Trudeau is doing the exact opposite. He does everything against voters. Why? Because he is fairly assured that he is going to get his job next time. He doesn't care. So we must find new ways to target him, new strategies to attack him. I'm trying to fold in some of those for you. Use the criminal code. Work together, collaborate, investigate. You say you take an hour every day to spread around memes in your circle. Take half an hour, research something. Research something very particular. Get all kinds of information about that. Develop a couple of memes and share those with people. We all learn, right?
Governmental relations manager at Google.
People we don't know. This is very vital.
In Ottawa.
The echo chambers are specific algorithms written to keep us locked down.
Oh, CSIS.
So I will bring more pieces into the puzzle, the gag orders, etc. But I don't want to make the video too long. So I hope this helps. I'm really appealing to Canadians to wake up.
Sure. They're all garbage.
There is a bigger picture. Have a good night.
And what my question is leading to is help us understand where's the future of search going. Well,
and you see, look at this, right? You got Charlie Rose on one side. Charlie Rose, not such a good guy. Really not a good guy. Right? We all know now. Ooh, a lot of people in that area, media, power players, politicians, company executives doing really not good things with kids, women. Lots of sexual abuse here going on. And then sitting across from him, you got the same thing, right? He's retired now. He took a step down, but he said something interesting.
And what my question is leading to is help us understand where's the future of search going.
Well, when you use Google, you get more than one answer. Of course you do.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bug.
Yeah.
We have more bugs per second in the world. Because we should be able to give you the right answer just once. We should know what you meant. You should look for information. We should give it exactly right. And we should give it to you in your language. And we should never be wrong.
Oh, my poor old Twitter account. Boo! I missed my Twitter account. So, and then, of course, we have what, kind of just what I was going to answer Derek back today, and just put a little, I had like a little teaser about that. When I was going to put that out, of course, what do you have? Well, Patrick Pichette now is the chair of the board of directors for the Trudeau Foundation. Is he hiking around the world? Do you think he took a $70 million pay cut? No. He's also, where else is he at? Ivona Capital. This is a new one. Yeah. But the elections are orchestrated. Very well done by this monopoly shit organization that I'm streaming on right now. Very, very sad. Can I send you a new web morning? I'm not sure what that is. Gray. Oh, webcam. Oh, no, I'll figure it out. It's in my computer. They decided to do something, I think, to my computer. It was fucking freaky, man. I should put out the video one day. Maybe I can dig it up. It was scary what they did. And of course, I understand the internet and I understand the monitoring and all that stuff very, very well. But when it hit me, I was just like, you're in my phone. My internet's not working on my phone or on my computer, i.e. Wi-Fi, but it is working when I'm running out of the same router to my TV for Netflix. So they were attacking my computer directly, just DDoSing me. And I'm like, oh man. And I couldn't connect to the internet. Steve was around for that. I think Steve started to get issues. They cut that stream right off. It was East Coast and I. And we were just playing, he was playing music, doing his thing. It was like totally harmless, but some of the things that we had discussed earlier, they didn't like. And then they banned the video, of course. I could never, I think I was able to download it. I was going to show you some, so I did say that I was going to take some video out of the ranch. So I'm out here now. My girlfriend just about killed me. Maybe next time. Yeah, she doesn't fucking, I never let her drive. But I was like, oh, okay. I can't stream from out there. This signal is very not good, which is a nice thing. I'm glad. Okay. Because I'm a little bit more off the radar, right? But I appreciate the offer for a new camera. Thank you. but I don't think it's.
No, look.
I don't think it has anything to do with the phone. No, it's just I know. Like we always get shitty reception out there. So let's see. Did I get any video of some? We saw a bunch of deer. It was nice. People are gonna get motion sick. I didn't get any video of cows. I know Eckbert was looking for something. What is it? And my dog's going crazy. He's looking for the cows.
There's nothing in there right now. They're already eating it.
Moved out.
Move them.
What else I took out there?
Sorry? Will you tell me when you're gonna break? Well, I
she doesn't know how to drive the country at all. Was my car as clean as a GW's? No. No, it's not that. Yeah, exactly. Not very good to take a car out there. And this is like nice roads. You go a little bit further in, it gets pretty fucking nasty. Eckbert knows all about it. Let's see.
Makes people think, because how lucky we are, right?
This is why don't want to lose what we have. It's so fucking beautiful. Let's see, what did I get here? Here's GW's car. I'm sure GW's car can handle this road, right? No problem. It's going to get nicer.
You can undo your window, Gabby.
Oh, somebody's going to get doxxed. What else did I get? I know I got some video of deer. Let's see. Where else are we? Old white guy wants to show off his field. I'll show. I have field too.
You have to press the button. Buttons. Why does it not just flip around?
Fucking tech, man.
I guess for your field special.
Special, like Olympic special?
Yeah, not that special.
Special in the Olympic sense? Special in the Seamus sense?
At least I have a sense of humor.
Whatever.
Does it flip around? No, not this video. Where are we at here? This is the view from my cow.
You have to do it sideways or something.
Oh no. That's not so good.
Being confused in German, stop chewing. Done.
Where? Oh, these are just pictures I took. Where's video? Well, that's just a shit picture, isn't it? What kind of retard takes pictures like that? Or that? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to find firewood or something for the future. I don't think this is me. I think that's the little one taking photos. What's this? Oh, there's some deer. I think I wasn't out there, like I didn't go around too much, but I think I saw about 15 deer when we were there. Who's doing the fucking video? What's this? Four, five. There they are off. What a nice tails. Whew. I wish I could stream out there because it's peaceful, you know. Probably when I get a little fired up, I can put that. Let's see, 15. Nobody bothers me here.
There's one up on the top too. That's cute. Oh, two up at the top.
You can probably get out and go closer.
I don't know.
They're pretty nice because they're not scared. It's nice to hang out with. I'm surprised I don't have. Where the fuck? There it is, mountains. Anyway, whatever. I said I was going to take you guys out there. I'm sorry I didn't. I can't stream out there. But I guess it's probably right up there with the camera. Is that? Oh wait, somehow I've got a new icon. Maybe I'll keep this icon. You can shut me up. You had some deer on the road the other day, Ray? Free food. Yep, there's food there, which is nice. But see, I don't want to run to the hills. I can, but I don't want to, because if you in my head, and it's just me, and it's only my opinion, and it doesn't matter, probably worth a shit, but I don't want to leave people behind that need help, because people need help here. And, all of us, right? And all I'm doing if I run away is procrastinating the inevitable. Whereas maybe I can stay and make some kind of a difference. Oh, see you later, Lorraine. Have a good day. Venison, yum. Yep, venison is good. Ever researched Christina Barf Freeland? Polly posted? I know what I'm doing later. Oh, she posted a video. Did she? I haven't had a visit with her in a little bit. I heard the video she made the other day. A bunch of people said to me to go and watch it, and I still haven't, which is unfortunate, because that's just not very
But I get fucking, this balls has got me bogged down a little bit. So there is the Discord. I'm going to plug that because this is a time that people can step up. If you've got the time and you've got the inclination to fight for something, I really, really encourage you to join the Discord with us. At least that's an initial start. I know somebody said something about web pages and all this, that. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, but the Discord is fully rolling along here. Not too many people have responded, which kind of makes me a bit sad. I don't know if that's because Adrian's at home. Let's see how many people have we got today. Gearing up audio output. I don't know what the fuck you want. Just go away. Warnings. Why do I have warnings all over the place? Let's see. Where are we at here? Okay, so we're now up to a rocketing of five people. But this is a good place to come and get some database stuff, and we'll do meetings. So I left the video there. Steve's got it on his channel. Adrian's got it on his channel. Adrian made the video and making the appeal, and the links to get in contact with Adrian so he can give you the invite are in that video. So I really, really, really want to show. It shows me 42 people in the Discord. Well, maybe I'm 5. I see 43. Where? I only see 5. Offline, 1, 2. Maybe I'm not reading. Have I become fully illiterate now? Oh, in the general room? No, I don't know how to use this stuff. Oh, in the YouTube. Yeah. No. Great turnout always on YouTube. Hoping a few of you guys can move over to the Discord a little bit, and we can all research together and get this stuff done. Oops, you didn't see that. Probably don't want to say her name because that would be no. Yeah, no, YouTube is great. You guys come out in full force. Hopefully we can get a couple more people. I understand people's lives are busy and things like that, but we can delegate some duties out here then, and it will be really, really great. Come on over, Gray. Come on over. We welcome everybody, anything. I don't care where you're at, who you are, anything. Whether we all disagree, we all agree on one thing. Post the link to the Discord. I'm leaving it with Adrian. So he's doing that. I don't want to be doing something that's a no. So he's got his Twitter account, which I can link here, and he just wants people to send him a DM. Or if you don't have access to Twitter, which many people don't, right? We learned that. Fucking Darcy and Pete know that. Full on damage control. Oh, no, we won't use the emergency alert. We'll use Twitter. If you don't know his Twitter, his email, it's just my stupid opinion at gmail.com. There we go. Oh, okay. All right. If I get in trouble, Steve, you're getting in trouble. It's not me. No, I'm just teasing. So yeah, hopefully we can see some of you come over, and because there's lots of good information coming together. Some warrants are out. There's some conflicting information. Howdy, Zodiac. Awesome. So that's great. Loudest keyboard ever. Yes, it's I don't know, one of those clicky, expensive kinds.
I felt like buying shiny things. I fell into the material hole. How's that? Sometimes I do. All right, Wheezy and Hot Rod. Look at this. Real-time people joining. Super. You know, and we can get some stuff out there. What was there? There was a couple of things I was going to discuss. I don't know if I should make a separate stream or not. We're up to an hour. We've got 39 people in here. How do we get 1 million people to understand what you know? I don't understand very much, so I don't know if you're asking me what I know. Well, I might know a couple of things, but Rands, good stuff. Getting some people. This is like a we could do like a what is it? A Jerry? What was the telethon? Do you remember the telethon? Who was that? Jerry something? What news? What news is in here? How you doing? What news? I was talking about the, you remember that video? Where we got, oh yeah, the camera, whatever, man. Ever since that night, that's what I was talking about. Ever since that night, the Jerry Lewis, thank you. That night that, the music night, do you remember that night? You're forever what news. Man, it is fucking classic. It is so catchy. Like, I wish I had something like that. I think at one point I was using Toodles, but nobody appreciated the Toodles. It was a total fail. Typical Seamus, total fail. But that night that the music, we were doing that stream and there was some slight issues. Do you remember that night? Ever since that night, I cannot find, there's something buggy. Yeah, major bad. They were not happy. There's something wrong with my computer, so it keeps telling me that my Jerry's kids, they keep telling me that my camera, something is using my camera when there's nothing using my camera. I'm like digging deep into my computer system, and nothing is using it. Like I'm actually searching, using what the hell was this? It's quite a thorough scrub of what all uses what, and it doesn't find my camera being used by anything. So maybe I just get the camera sometimes, and the amount of coffee I ingest and cigarettes. Yes, probably. You forget the cigarettes, East Coast. Damn you. Damn you. Yeah, I only drink the coffee. How can I add you on Discord? Don't ask me because I don't know. CSIS. Yes. I think we have a little bit of CSE too in here. Those guys are friendly. I like those ones. They're a little bit more under the radar. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. You know, Steve and I were talking about this because there's nothing illegal going on. It's people just wanting to clean up our mess. So let's see. There were a couple of things. What the fuck was it I was going to talk about? The companies was one, but I won't get into that too much right now because that involves the ex-wife, and the ex-wife's got all kinds of money. Oh, that was what I was going to talk about, was the warrants. The warrants. So we have warrants being sworn out, and ITOs and all this stuff being sworn out. Of course, they were trying to really keep it secret, right? This is how good your RCMP are. They want to keep things like how many times Morrison is shot. Like that's going to be a fucking huge difference. You know, they're just blacking out anything and everything that they just feel like it, and then fight it in court. And somehow the good judge, I don't know where they disappeared to. They went off the radar. We've got a new one in there. I don't know if that's supposed to be or they asked for a new judge. But one thing, there's lots of interesting things in here, but this one is really good. Okay, so everybody knows Clint Ellison, right? And Clint Ellison's story from CBC. And CBC, of course, removed some of his 1 minute, to be precise, where he said that what happened, the RCMP let him down, let the people in Portapique down. And of course, Clint Ellison then came out with the Facebook video telling people that he was totally crazy, that he almost killed a woman, and that he was very sorry to the RCMP at the beginning and at the end, and that they did nothing wrong, and pleased to make it viral, which of course is complete nonsense. Nobody in their right mind or in their wrong mind, even if you're totally off your rocker, is going to sit around and brag about things like that and say, please make it go worldwide. I want everybody to know I'm totally bonkers. I'm a very violent person against women. He just was trying to discredit himself, and the RCMP put him up to that. I'm fairly certain of that one. Now, why is the warrants got something interesting about Clint Ellison? Well, if you look at the top date when these are sworn out, or sorry, it's at the back of some of these. On April 20th, he says, Mr. Clint Ellison says that Corey, according to RCMP, right? I will preface that. The RCMP recount that Clint Ellison is walking down the beach with Corey Ellison, and good, getting some more people. Howdy, Aussie, hot, great, super. Clint Ellison says that according to the RCMP on the 20th, oh yes, I was out on the beach walking with my brother, and Clint got shot blank and died. Okay, 2 days later, he's on CBC. This is his own recounting, not the RCMP saying somebody else is saying something, which is hearsay. Clint Ellison is saying directly, 2 days later, oh, I'm in my house. I'm with my dad and my brother. My brother goes out of the house to go investigate the fires, and I go out shortly after. I hear some shots. I go out shortly after, and he's dead on the side of the road. Dead. But I'm at my dad's. Okay, that's on the 22nd. On the 24th, again, the RCMP come with another warrant and say, oh yeah, by the way, he's on the beach again. Which is absolute fucking nonsense. Right? The RCMP say something different, which reminded me of something. Let's see if I can dig that up. Look at my sweet. See how sexy I am today? This is awesome. I love being fucking whatever. They just don't want me to say anything, I think, or something. I don't get it. Okay. Let's see here if I can find that. It reminded me of, I get goosebumps all the time with things I see that have happened before. This is going to take me a second, because they did the exact same things in the exact, I'm going to tell you that, exact same playbook stuff that's going on in Nova Scotia, as in post the shooting, that is going on, that happened in Quebec with the mosque shooting. The exact same thing. Let's fight all the warrants. We're coming in. We're taking control of all of this. We're the number one players. And we're also going to tell you different things than witnesses tell us. Witnesses. The RCMP is going to dispute what witnesses say. This is crazy land that we're talking about now. So I made a little tweet a long time ago about that. What the hell was it called? What was that called? Do you know Egbert? Egbert should know. No, he doesn't. He doesn't know. He's probably like, what the fuck, man? Your goddamn filing system blows. He's a good guy, though. Where is this? Is it this one? Oh, this one. Is it this one? No, that's not it. What the hell was it called? No, that's not it. Up. Oh, please let me find it. One video that CBC banned. Where is it here? Could have sworn it was in here. Well, I probably got it on in my video stuff. Let's see if I do. What news? Is What News still here? What News? I don't think they banned this one yet. Where was it? Oh, right. Okay. Okay.
Certain. There were two people. They were masked and they shouted Allah Akbar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. It's Bad Boy South, niggas. Yeah. Ball and G. Yeah. Orange Man. The moment you've all been waiting for. Collaboration. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. Stop. Let's go.
From the underground, fat boy from the mouth. Spit it how I live it, keep it gutter. That's how we get down. I want to see you get it from. Let a nigga know what hood you from. Everybody with me drunk as fuck.
Oh, they
break it down and roll it up. Bag it up.
moved the video into private, CBC. You're a great broadcaster.
Put it in reverse and bag it up. What's the deal? Let me make it clear. What you got right here, they broke the mold. One of a kind, fat boy with a gold mouth. That's hard to touch. Sorry to tell you. Out here ain't hard as
Okay. How many? Okay. Who asked to remain anonymous told CBC there was two masked individuals. Okay, so this is the second person to say that. They said Allahu Akbar. Okay.
Part of the streets, off the streets, I'm part of us. Lay it down, please remember games. We don't play them now. Disrespect, please remember stains. We gon' spray them now. Bust a nigga, big smack him, hope you shoot the club. Bust a nigga, big smack him, hope you shoot the club. Bitch, nigga.
Oh, he's got a name, Abdi, but not from Quebec City. Montreal. Third witness. Like, look at that sentence. If you don't have a fucking serious shit in your pants when you see that sentence, two sentences. Abdi is convinced he saw two shooters. The person that was actually in the mosque, right? He saw it. He was there. He lived through all of it, right? And then the next sentence. Police say that there's only one. Were the police there? Did they know what happened? Were they there on the beach with Clinton? Were they in Clinton's house? No, but they're going to say what Clinton did. They're going to say what happened in the mosque. And you know who ran the fucking mosque shit? Was the RCMP. They came in, they took it over from the OPP, or sorry, the Sûreté de Quebec, and from the Quebec City Police, and usurped the entire investigation and said that they're going to go and run the show. And they did. And you got fed a load of shit. And I know that one all too intimately, very intimately. And Eckbert knows it all too well, too. It was absolute shit show you got fed. They didn't tell you about the arrests that were made the next day, which I have video of. You know, they never told you about that. There's so much fucking stuff that happens that people aren't told. And they go around and they fucking lie to you. The media fucking lies to you and supports this garbage. And the RCMP are thugs. At the top, all that they are is an army for the federal government. And that's why they cannot afford to lose power, right? Because if they lose power, municipalities and things will start to say, well, you know what? You guys can't do your job because you left innocent people and contributed to the death of 22 people through your ineptness, through your dereliction of duty, right? They're contributing factors, these people, in the homicides of 22 people. Innocent people who died because they couldn't do their job. Not because they're inept, but because they were fucking cowards, is what it all boils down to. So if people start to realize that, you know, maybe they might say, and I'm not saying all RCMP, I don't want to get into that fucking guilt-tripping nonsense. I'm saying at the top, these people at the top who are running that show, when you get into the bureaucracy nonsense, who are not, you know, on the front lines, those people are not doing their job, right? And you also have some cowards, and I'll be clear about that are also policemen. They're just in there for a paycheck. They're not heroes. Just because you put on a uniform does not make you a hero. I'm sorry, I can go put on a sailor's uniform. I can go do whatever I could dress up as a cop. I'll go down to my sex store and I'll put on a cop uniform. Does that make me a fucking hero? No. What makes me a hero are my actions. And there were some people in there that had some heroic actions. But if you think about this truthfully here, there were 2 children. Actually, I think at that point there were 4, but initially there were 2 children who sat on the phone with 911 for 2 hours while Mr. Wortman was running around shooting people. Their mom was dead on the lawn out front. 2 little kids, terrified, out of their minds. They know where they live exactly. And it was, 3 kilometers from the road? Drive down it. Imagine if it was your kid. Those kids are going to be fucking damaged for life. And they had to sit there. The person who was doing the 911 call, true hero. The ones that did run in there who disobeyed, in my belief, disobeyed the orders that came from above, which were saying just let's lock them in there. Lock them in there. We'll get them. So we can't admit that he's got cop cars. We knew about this all along. We can't have that go on. And they knew about it right from the very first phone call. And they knew. You can definitely prove that they knew. Because the first person that they came across said that they were shot from a cop car. And they knew it was Wortman. Because there's only one fucking idiot with a fucking marked cop car. And they knew it. So what do? They retreat. And they sit at the end of the road. Some of the heroes did go in. And those people, frankly, you should be plastering all over the papers. But they can't, because if they do that, then they would have to admit their negligence. Negligence, which was contributory to homicide. So, you know, 2 kids sitting in the basement, terrified for 2 hours on the phone with 911, and they're saying, we're coming to get you. We're coming to get you. And you can just imagine, put yourself in their shoes. These little kids, they are like, fucking save us, man. We are dying. Of course, they probably don't have that language. They're not like me, who's been hardened and just nasty potty mouth now. But they're crying, bawling their eyes out, knowing that their mom is dead on a lawn, and there's some guy running around who's a lunatic. They're hearing explosions, shootings, and they're on the phone, please save us. And the other person on the other end of the line is like, we're coming to get you. And you got to feel for that woman or man too, because they're like, get the fuck in there, man. What are you guys doing? And so, you know, if people start to wake up to these facts, they're going to say, listen, we want our own police force. They're going to cancel their contracts. You know, Burnaby, Surrey, all kinds of municipalities who have RCMP acting for them, which is a lot. They are a fucking powerhouse, man. If you think about it, they are very, very powerful, RCMP. Extremely powerful. And if you know about Trudeau and his 2 committees that he set up, very interesting, very underpublicized, where the RCMP can usurp any investigation in Canada based on the recommendation of this committee, which of course is fucking hand-pointed, right? Bureaucrat nonsense. So this is a thug army. And they get orders and they follow them because they know if they don't, they're in deep shit. Look at that article from the Halifax Examiner, where there's policemen who come out, they admit exactly what Clint Ellison said. They were not doing their job. They were sitting at the end of the road, all of those things, but they can't talk officially. And if they go on the record, those people will go down, right? But we need to let them know, listen, you got an army here behind you. You're a hero because you went in, you speak up. Let's deal with this right now, clean it all up, right? And get these thugs out of power because they don't belong there. You want to be a cop? Fine, you be a cop. They get paid garbage piles of money. Garbage piles. How much do they get paid? You know, there's cops making over $100,000 a year. That tool who's giving you the PR nonsense, he is getting paid, I believe, $140,000 a year. Plus benefits, plus a great retirement package. All of it. And he sits up there and he's part of the fucking trash. He's not sitting there saying to you, you know, we fucked up, we're sorry, we apologize to opening fire on our own members, opening fire on the fire hall and the ambulance people, and more than likely, which is indicated in that article also, the quote, deep throat, the one that phoned. And he's like, if you follow this one, there's going to be something that'll blow this one sky high. And I'm fairly certain that he's talking about the fact that they killed an innocent civilian and they also killed their own member. And this is what they cannot show, because if they do that, how many people are ever going to trust them again? But the thing is, if they were admitted these things, if they actually said, yes, we really screwed up. It's like your child who misbehaves and they come to you and they admit it, or a friend who lies to you. If they come to you and they admit it and they say, listen, you know, I did this. I'm really sorry. You know, There's a piece of you that knows we all make mistakes. But if you're going to do something, action, ACTION, action to clean it up. Not bullshit, not sitting around, not telling us, oh, trust is really important. We want people's trust. We work really hard on that. Go fuck off, man. That's just a bunch of hot air that they feed you. They don't answer the question. What do you think are you going to say to people who have lost trust in you now? Oh, the trust is very important to us. That's not answering. That's called obfuscation. Very, very well orchestrated. This was a PR machine from 10:01. 10:01. As soon as they got that call, bang, they're like, oh, fuck, we made a big mistake here. Don't turn on the emergency alert. Don't let everybody know. Because if we do that, everybody's going to start asking questions. If we have the Twitter, oh, well, we have the plausible deniability. Come on, man. Get real. For over an hour. Look at the timeline. I one of these days I got to finish. There's so many fucking projects I always have on the go. But look at the timeline. Excuse me. Very rude. You're being censored here? I'm censored on there too. Mr. What's news? What news knows? What the hell, man? My own comments are being censored on my own channel. I'm like, huh? Okay, let's see here. If you look at the, okay, here we go. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I'll play you this little piece here too. Where is it? They're trying to say now, they put this one out there. This woman is spooky. This woman who speaks about the neighbor who knew about all the guns and the beatings and everything. And yet she did zero, right? For all those years, she moved to Halifax. I'm not saying, I'm just observing. She didn't call anybody. She didn't do anything. The first people that she reaches out to after 1 month that this man is dead and gone, right? Then she decides to come forward. And she says, I never censor, never. Then she says, oh, by the way, I knew all about this. Why didn't everybody do everything? Who does she go and talk to? She doesn't go and talk to the media. No. She goes and talks to a feminist group. And so this is the shit they try and sew out there.
Deceive unsuspecting victims before he killed them.
He had white privilege. He had power in that he had money.
This is the group. White privilege? Are you out of your fucking mind? Where is he killing black people? Where is he stacking them on Indian people? Shut the fuck up, man. This was a Looney Tune who the RCP let run around and probably was dealing drugs. The RCMP were aware of it. This lady here, she's like, oh, I knew about all that stuff. Why didn't you guys do anything about it? Why didn't you? Is my question. Why didn't you go to the media and say something? She says, oh, I phoned the RCMP and they said that they did. I'm sure that she did. But her actions are fucking weird, man. You go to a femicide group, and then they're going to sew it up as white privilege? This is mayhem, man. Nobody, there is nobody in there that we're talking about white privilege. This is fucking nonsense, man. But I was going to show the Twitter line, which I haven't ever. Oh, yes. See, the gas station. Here's another one. Why is it doing this? No, I don't want to save you. Seamus, come on. I wish I had somebody else just driving, and then I could just sit and try and think. No, I don't want to save it. No, I don't want to save it. Go away. They put you on a list. Well, frankly, Gray, you know, anybody who doesn't do something about that and is afraid of the list, then they're equally complicit. Okay? Who cares? If there's 17 million people all of a sudden on a list, oh, well, that's a bit of a problem. How are you going to deal with them all? How are you going to deal with it? Where is it? I think actually I've got some other things here. Right. So you know, I haven't completed this, but if you look at what's going on, let's see. Let's go forward here. Okay, this is what the RCMP say. Okay, this is the start of everything. You look at their timeline or their Twitter feed, which is their plausible deniability, right? That's why they use the Twitter, because then they can say, "Oh, well, we did something. Don't fault us. We've got a dead officer over here. We're heroes." This is what's going on. I'm putting the timeline together with the actions that he's stating are going on. And, you know, I want to stick some other stuff in there. Sound effects like shots going off, fire, you know?
Him while he was driving, and that he was shot as the vehicle was passing by. He did describe this vehicle as a vehicle that looked like a police vehicle.
Oops. What time was that? You knew right away. Police vehicle. Oh, does the Twitter feed indicate that? Oh, no, the Twitter feed indicates a cat sleeping and lock your door. And emergency broadcast? Oh, crickets. Crickets on that one. Oh,
he also indicated to the responding officers that vehicle was driving towards the beach and that there was one way in and out of the community. It's important to note that. The officer arranged for EHS, which is Emergency Health Services, to attend to the victim.
Crickets and
the victim
cats.
was taken to hospital.
Crickets and
he
cats.
survived. Several police units responded to the area, and upon arriving, they located several people who were deceased, some of which were lying in the roadway.
Okay. Some of them are lying in the roadway. We've encountered many people who are dead, and we know it's a police car, and we have a very short list, and Wortman's at the top of it. That comes from a different press conference. What do you have? You have a cat rolling around. Lock your doors. It's Saturday. That means we get to relax for the evening and sleep in tomorrow. Zzz. Are you done your lockup? When you are, share this post. Kitty cat GIF, whatever. No. Even using your plausible deniability garbage. Because they were afraid. They were afraid of the eyes of Canadians on them. The PR machine, it is a PR machine, people. That rolled out immediately was like, what the fuck are we going to do? How do we, lots of C's, there are only 33 likes. I like DC. I don't like to pump my stuff, but he's nice. She, I don't actually know. And what do you get? He may not be driving to the beach. I'm not exactly sure. We can work on that in the Discord, right? I have the addresses of some of these places, etc. So we can work it out. But what do you have? You have all of that information. Shootings, mass shootings, cop car, Wortman, and you have a cat. Let's continue.
There were also several structures that were already fully engulfed in flames.
Oh, you still have the cat. And chirp, 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 chirp. See you later, sister.
In total, there were over 7 locations where people were found deceased. Many of the deceased were discovered while responding members were checking homes for victims and or for suspects.
Those ones were the heroes. It was the ones that were sitting at the end of the road and sitting at Big Village, right? Waiting for the fucking armored vehicle to come in and save them. I think that was the order that they were given from above. Just wait till we get that armored car. Meanwhile, they're sitting around, and the amount of depends that they were going through that night, I'll tell you, and have been since then, unbelievable. But they're sitting in the driver's seat right now, and they're laughing at all of the Canadians. And they're like, guess what? We pulled one over on you. We're just going to hide in our secrecy, in our fucking garbage of no failure to. We don't have to disclose anything. We don't have to tell you how many times Mr. Morrison was shot, because that's going to compromise an investigation. No, it won't. We don't have to give you the autopsies of your loved ones, even though that's contrary to Nova Scotia law. Fatal Inquiries Act says a family member requests an autopsy report, to which all of these people had one done, by the way. All of them, because they died from unnatural circumstances, right? So they all had autopsies done, and Tara asked for it, and Tara was told by the ME, you will not. Nobody can see them. The RCMP are not allowing that. Excuse me? You just broke the law. The one that you say that you uphold.
Looking at a number of possible suspects as a result of the information that they were receiving. While the situation was unfolding, the critical incident program was engaged and was staging to take control of the critical incident.
At the end of the road and in Big Village, just lock them in there, let the madman run around for hours shooting and burning buildings and scaring the piss out of kids while they're crying uncontrollably on the phone for 2 hours.
During this point, perimeters were established.
Perimeters. Ah, that would be the roadblocks, the ones that he got through. Oops. Oops.
Units responded, which included police dog services, emergency response team members, and requests for air support helicopter. There was also explosive disposal unit, crisis negotiators, and emergency medical response teams that were part of the critical incident package.
That's great that you have this fucking package, you douche. How about the ones that went in there, the heroes, the true heroes? What about them, the ones that disobeyed you? What about them? You didn't need a goddamn package. What you needed is some fucking courage, man. Holy shit, these people make me mad. I'll tell you, somebody's in trouble. I see it. I hear about it. I'm there. I don't care if I don't know you. That's the way it is. That's the way humans with a heart and a conscience behave, with morals. Not like this. Oh, we're scared of what people are going to think of us. We're scared we're going to get in trouble. So you know what? We'll just lock them in there. And he can run around and he can shoot people and he can light all these fires. That's not a problem. It's not us. Don't worry about me centric. I'm okay.
Within a very short period of time, we also engaged specialized units and resources from a neighboring division in New Brunswick.
Okay, so now we're going to get into the, what is it? Oh, the firearms complaint with multiple bodies, with fires, multiple locations, probably burned down now to the ground. Right. And people sitting at the end of the road. Kids crying on the phone because you see this time? That's 11:32. Do you know who's still on the phone? Those little kids. They're on the phone for another hour. Another hour. Oh, and you got crickets over there on the other side.
Over their lengthy course of time, first responders engaged in clearing residences, searched for suspects, provided life-saving measures to victims. Telecommunication operators remained on the line with witnesses in the immediate area for extended periods of time.
Ah, What did he just say? What did he just say? Do you hear what he just said? Let's hear him again. Let's back that up. Because he just admitted to you about the little kids. He just admitted to you about the little kids. We're on the phone with them. We weren't saving them. We were leaving them in there. There were some good cops, and I want to fucking find them. I want to shake their hand. I want to buy them a beer, and all Canadians should. They're fucking heroes, man. But the shit that runs this goddamn show, and the ones that were sitting at the end of the road, should be
years for extended periods of time. Fairly early into our involvement.
Let's see. Oops, I think I didn't back it up enough.
Searched for suspects, provided life-saving measures to victims. Telecommunication operators remained on the line with witnesses in the immediate areas for extended periods of time.
Ah, that would be those little boys. Little boy, I think it's 2 little boys. And there's also the other kids. While their mom's dead on the lawn. Where's this man? At $140,000 a year of your money. Where's he? He should be fucking fired. The lot of them. The lot of them. And they're covering their own ass. That's all that they do. Cover their own ass. But they're going to tell you there's a BB gun. There's a BB gun out there. Careful. Careful of the BB gun.
Fairly early into our involvement, we learned of a possible suspect and learned the individual lived in a home.
What did he just say? The possible suspect. Leather went a little bit further. He said, yes, the accused was at the top of the list almost immediately. He was at the top of the list. Yeah, of course he was. Of course he was. Because how do we know this? We know this from certain things that I, Cage, Adrian, Steve, the ones who are digging, who I again implore you, please. I understand that this is asking something of you, but if you want it to change, don't be the people sitting at the end of the road. Come into the fire with me, because we're willing to take the heat. And if there's lots of us, they can't stop us. They cannot stop us. So please join the Discord. Please help devote some time to this one, because I'm telling you, the ramifications of it I've thought about are quite extensive, because this is all I do, right? I know that other people do jobs and stuff. I said, no, I don't need that. I'm not on welfare. I'm never going to be on welfare. I'm okay. I will take all of my time. I will devote it to trying to help us out of this show since I started. I'm not asking for your money. I'm not asking for shit. I am asking for spreading the knowledge amongst your friends, right? And do some action. It does take, it takes a certain something inside of all of us to go. But God damn it. If 2 kids sitting out there, bawling their eyes out, scared to death, doesn't freak you out, just wait until it's your kids. Because they're not cleaning up nothing in their backyard, because they haven't even admitted one thing that they have done wrong. One. Even the Twitter. You had Leather. Well, this is a superior way of communication. And, well, we're looking into it. Yeah. Get off your ass. Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave us hanging. Your girlfriend knows a lot. The girlfriend fucking knows a lot. But you see, we are only so many people, and we only have so much, how is it? everybody can uncover new and wonderful things. It doesn't matter how much time I spend digging, I'm never going to come across certain things because different people look at things a different way. This is the beauty of our minds, the beauty of what God gave us, right? And so the more resources, as in people, that's all at this point in time. That's all we're asking, people and their minds, looking at things different ways, looking into things specifically, organized. Let's go, looking at the stuff, right? And, not getting into too crazy stuff, because the too crazy stuff we can get into maybe at a later point. And I'm not meaning that in an insulting way. I'm just meaning just pure negligence. Pure negligence, because negligence is something that you can sue for. And when you sue these people, they're going to get very afraid. That's the ramifications that I'm talking about. The ripples that you will have, the effect that you will have, not just on RCMP, on politicians in this country, on anybody who is in a position of authority, because all of a sudden they start to get afraid. People can do something. All of a sudden they've broken that conditioning that we've all been stuck under forever. The absolute bullshit conditioning, which I know from my own personal life in terms of government, vis-a-vis my grandmother. And one person or a very small group of people can literally change everything. Laws, big laws, acts, etc. Transform entire departments. In her case, it was the Indian Affairs Department, which I understand is in bad. She would be rolling in her grave, but it's another battle. But to break the conditioning of that line that you hear, I hear it from my own mother, and it breaks my fucking heart because she is my grandmother's daughter, and she should know this one off by heart, back and forth, which is, she says to me, well, I'm one person. I can't do anything. Get off your ass. You know better. You know that you can. Well, I'm old. I've got this and I've got that and I've got survivors on TV. Blah, blah, blah. How are you going to change anything if you sit at the end of the road? You can't. And the rest of us all go down. And the only people we have to blame is ourselves. This is the funny thing. You can't point fingers when you're not doing nothing. You don't throw stones, right? We make the difference. Knowing that one person can do something, absolutely, I can assure you. I haven't ever spoken about it. One day I will. A couple people in here know. But that's for another day. We've got battles to fight, our own battles. Maybe one day I'll get into, who I am or who my grandmother was or whatever. Well, it's just the story. It's the past. This is our present. This is our future. It doesn't matter. And it's not the fucking liberals. It's not the fucking conservatives. It's not the NDP. It's not pointing fingers. First of all, they're all the same. If you don't figure that one out by now, PPC, whatever, they're all shit. In order to get into a power position, you have to sell your soul, literally. You do. To special interest groups, to all kinds of other not good things. Anonymous likes to dump things about Baird. Another story for another day. But we the people can make a difference. Right? And I'm asking you, please, I'm imploring you, help me.
Help me. I want to see this list fucking grow. Big. And there should be cops in there. There should be fucking anybody and everybody. Homeless people. Anybody who has access to the fucking internet. Anybody who's got a brain should be and cares about where we're at. It is not liking a video. It is asking you to do some work because you want to clean it up. And I know you guys do. So I want to see you in here. Please. That's all I ask. I don't think I'm asking too much. Because the benefits are for you, for your kids, for all of our kids, right? Terrible thing I'm asking here. Not your money. Not for fucking smashing that like button. Nothing like that. Just help. Use your wonderful brains because you've all got them. How do you get in there? Please send Adrian or Steve. I don't know if you want to drop that in there. I don't even really know how to do that. I'm just good at researching. That's all. Sometimes. Okay, so here we go. Yes, that will be forthcoming, I believe. DC. But that's, Steve's doing really hard work. Good. See, and I made a couple of friends along the way, which is super. I made not more than a couple. I'm not saying like best friends or anything like that, but good friends. Good friends. People who are good people. You guys are good people because you want different. You care. Right? Let's listen to a little bit more of that unfinished.
Within that same community in Portapique. The possible suspect's home and garages, I can confirm, were fully engulfed in flames as well. 2 police package Ford vehicles, as well as a third vehicle, was also burning on that potential suspect's property.
Okay, so I'll put that in there again. So this is his email. Just my stupid opinion at on my loud keyboard .com, which glows. Right now it's doing matrix things. There we go. Okay. So don't tell me you don't know how to get there, please, because you do. And let's see. Can I share this fucking thing? I don't know. How do you share this thing? How do you send invite? Help. I need lots of help. Anybody know how you send an invite? Create channel, create category. This is not my thing, man. I don't know. Here we go. Invite people, right? Copy. Okay. There. Open invitation. Bing. Now there's absolutely zero reason, short of, somebody's dying or whatever, to say that you can't contribute whatever you can in terms of time. There's no reason. I've never understood this apathy sometimes we fall into. The protests. I used to, very early on in this stuff, I was like, okay, protest, that'll make a difference. I think was it petitions first? I don't know. And I'm like, okay, a petition will make a difference. I'll sign my name. No, that doesn't do shit. Doesn't change anybody.
Government, 71%. Was it 71%, Kadar? Oh, let's just keep going. Who cares? I don't care. Like, and that's a wake-up call right there. You have the majority in a democratic society saying, we don't want something, and you're still going to do it. And any politician who does that is either suicidal or knows that they've got their job. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you've got in there. It's just a fucking face. Who's financing it all? You don't see them. Crickets. Oh, where is it?
We also learned that the gunman was in possession of a pistol and long-barreled weapons.
Thank you.
We
Welcome.
learned that he
Hello.
was also known to own several vehicles that looked like police vehicles. Our efforts to locate the suspect continued throughout the night. It was only after 6:30 in the morning or daybreak when a victim emerged from hiding after she had called 911. Our officers responded, and it was at that time that through that significant key witness, we confirmed more details about Gabriel Wortman.
Okay, so by this point, if you do the timeline, the key witness comes out by 6:30. Well, that's rather funny because Mr. Wortman Sr., Paul Wortman, at 5 o'clock in the morning in Moncton, New Brunswick, had the RCMP. Please come with us. We're worried about your life. Was that at 6:30? Was that her important information? No. No. They knew. The duping is crazy, and it gets even crazier. You know, I know lots of you have seen this because they get locked in the circle, and I apologize for being repetitive. I don't mean to be, and I'm sorry if my presentation style isn't fancy and schmancy. It's just a message that we all feel within ourselves of being upset and wanting change. And I'm just saying there's an alternative, but that requires work. These things require work. Excellent. Super Canadian and Sandy. I've seen a couple of you join in here already. I apologize. I haven't called out your names. Thank you, little Miss So. This is great. Look at you guys coming forward. You guys are fucking heroes to me, right? That's heroes. Because I know in my heart of heart, you know, you all have my back and I'll have yours guaranteed. You know, that's why I do what I do. I'm not a hero. I'm just a fucking tool who has a YouTube channel. That's it. But I have a vision. And I want to try it because Christ Almighty, we're seriously screwed. Can you live stream from that? No, I cannot. Somebody maybe, you know, and see, these are some other things, right? There's going to be people in here who are very, very technologically savvy, right? As you guys all know, sadly, I am not. And I mean, you give me a computer, tell me to build it, fine, I'll build it. But, or certain other little things, but this kind of social media and stuff like that, I stayed very far away from it on purpose. So I don't know how to do certain things. Some people know how to do websites. Maybe that's a contribution right there, a big one. Or because somebody said, you know, can we do a website because it's going to be easier? Sure, if you have that kind of knowledge, I welcome you. I welcome anybody and everybody. I don't care who you are, you know, and we do have to put some of our stuff aside because we're not going to agree on everything. There's a vision. And the vision is just, are they negligent? Can we prove that? And can we get that to the media and have them listen to us? And you can. Before anybody comes back to me and says, well, no, you can't, you know, what you do is you find a couple of good people in the media, number one, and then you start doing things like mass mailing, as in Globe and Mail, Post media, you know, you start listing them off and you CC everybody, start putting in politicians. Bing, 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 bing. Somebody is going to bite and somebody's going to know there's some Canadians who are really pissed off and they're going to do something about it. Some bumpkins in Western Canada or wherever are going to come and say, you know what? I don't care that I don't live there. I don't care that it's not my community. It's not me centric. It is, I really care and love you, and I can't stand to see you guys get hurt. So I'm going to step forward because I'm really lucky at this point in time. It hasn't happened to me. And it will, right? Awesome. I love to see, you got Gray, we've got Dan, we've got Derek, we've got Cement, Canadian Insanity, Little Miss So, Brands, Skrinkman, Skrinkaman, great, Hot Rod, Light the House, Aussie, Wheezy, Wild Ocean, Zodiac, pumping it, man. It's getting there. It's getting there. You can feel it inside you.
This included the fact that he was in possession of a fully marked
Skrinkaman. Is that right?
RCMP vehicle.
I apologize if I'm
and was
mispronouncing
wearing a police uniform. We also learned that he was in possession of several firearms that included pistols.
Well, let me see. He already knew that. He already knew that. He admitted to you just a little while before. Well, not just a little while. In terms of time, no. Not 6:30 in the morning that they knew the RCMP shit. They knew at 10:26, 10:30 in the evening, the prior day. They knew. Oh, it goes way higher. You know that good news. I know you know. But I'm not going to get into that because I honestly, I will one day. And I'm going to lose some followers. And I know that. And I'm going to lose some people because they may not understand what I'm talking about. And that's it's always just a journey. This whole process has been for me. Hitters, buddy, what are you doing? Pump up the jam. Pump up the jam. Do we have you over there, Hitters? Hitters is awesome. Love my brothers and sisters down in Nova Scotia. Lots of people doing hard work. Hitters has been driving around. He's been doing some real, taking his time, his gas, taking pictures. Awesome. And just like a bunch of you, and I'm not trying to single anybody out or forget people, please pardon me if I do, because that's not what it's about. I'm not trying to, but really good hard work people are doing. This is fucking amazing. And I know you guys all have the same dream. I know you do. Oh, there's definitely not enough money. Canadian Insanity. This is a confusing app. It is. I'm sure it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. I'm going to figure it out. And there'll be other people who know how to use it, and we'll figure it out. This is not 100% encrypted from what I know. It is absolutely not encrypted. But anybody who thinks anything on the internet is encrypted really needs to take the dose of reality. But what are we doing? We're not doing anything illegal here. I'm not promoting violence. I haven't seen anybody promoting violence or terrorism or any particular party or any nonsense. It's just, how do we protect our neighborhoods? And if the police did a bad job, shouldn't we just know about it? Can't get into Discord, tried twice now, doesn't like my email address. Oh, I'm sorry, Lorraine. I know Lorraine is good stuff. Maybe somebody who has more knowledge on that stuff can help out. I don't know Discord. Discord was just kind of, I think Adrian said that, I kind of said to him, where could we go? And he's like, Discord something. You know, and this is an evolving process. We can figure it out, but let's, you know, get it more organized, more people somewhere else. YouTube is going to get pissed. Come on. You know that. This is against what they want. Right? They want people to be placated and passive and retreating. They don't want people who are standing up for their rights and saying, yeah, no, I'm not real happy about that. Let's fix it. And they get especially pissed off when they can't label you a conspiracy theorist or a tinfoil hat. If you just come to the table and you were like, boom, oops, you really made a lot of mistakes on this one. Here's why. Boop. I wish my ex was encrypted. Yeah, I'm going to have fun because I don't know. I used to have a Discord account a long time ago, but I didn't know how to use it at all. I had some friends, I think, but I didn't know how to use it. But we'll learn together. It's good. Learning's good. I like learning. Karen, got to go back to work. Watch later. What are you wanting us to do? Please join us over on the Discord. We're going to try and organize. We're getting some good folks in here who are willing to do some investigating and amalgamate all these great minds, put it together. Cement's in New Brunswick. Awesome. How is it down there, Cement? I'm going to have to ask one of these days why it's Cement God. Are you the god of cement? Anyway, I won't keep it going too long because it's a couple hours now, and I understand people have lives and all kinds of fun things to do, and hopefully everybody's having a super day. It's kind of a bit cloudy here, so it was a good day to do a little stream. And yeah, sure wish your camera was working. Have you uninstalled it and reinstalled it? Well, I don't think anybody particularly wants to see my mug anyway, so it's probably a good thing. But I'm sure it seems to come in and out. I don't quite understand. I think it's doing its own thing. Something's running in the background that's using it. Like here, I can't show you. Oh yeah, maybe I can. Yeah, if I do this, you'll see. It'll say to me something's using it. I know that's kind of like tunnel vision, but if I and I see it. It muted me. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, no, something happened, whatever it was, 2 months ago, I believe. And Mr. East Coast and Steve were along for that cool ride. And maybe some of you were watching at the time. It was rather interesting. And the video, one day I'll get to share, maybe. Of what was going on. It was kind of spooky stuff, but that's okay because my computer gets hacked, I don't give a shit. What are you going to do to me that hasn't already been done in my life? I remember I used to go to boarding school, and so at boarding school we got spanked when they used a wooden paddle. And I used to get spanked pretty much every day. Not necessarily because I was a terrible kid. there was a period of time people were leaving my school books, the classroom cleanup people were leaving my school books on the ground, so I'd get spanked every day. Like they just put them on the ground, and then they'd say, "Oh, look, he left his books on the ground." Sometimes I wasn't a good kid. I'll admit that. Maybe more than sometimes. But anyway, I get spanked and stuff like that. And then I came back into the public system, and of course they don't spank in the public system, right? And so I remember, at that point I was kind of pretty bad, and I was going through a stage, and so in my stage, I used to go to the office a little bit whenever I would go to school, which was rarely. And so my assistant principal, he's like screaming at me. You could hear it out in the hallway. People were telling me through an ant office. There was on the outside, and then into the hallway, and people like in the middle of like screaming kids running up and down the halls could still hear what was going on. And so he said to me finally one day, he's like, "Do you like me?" He wanted me to sign a withdrawal slip from school. And I'm like, "Are you fucking out of your mind?" Like he's like, "We're done with you here." And I read the form, and I'm like, no, what you're asking me to do is withdraw from school. I'm not withdrawing from school. I'm not that dumb. I clearly can read, and I'm not going to do that. So he's like yelling at me a bunch more, trying to get me to sign this form, right? And I'm like, dude. And he said, "Do you like me yelling at you? Do you like it?" And I said, "Sir, I came from a school where I would get spanked every day, like hard. Do you think I frankly give a shit if you yell at me? It's not going to do anything to me. You can't do anything to me." And then he never yelled at me again. I never had any more problems. When people don't have the power anymore, it suddenly becomes a bit of a useless game. They tend to remain rather quiet. So anyway, it was a funny story. Thought I'd share it with you. I wonder whatever happened to that vice principal. Yeah. Anyway, good times. And then I grew up, matured, learned you can't be a total jackass and expect people to be around. Took me a few years, though, to figure that one out. And I don't think I've got it completely licked, but somewhat. Part of the Discord group, forgot the details. Awesome. Changed your name. So are you in there, Lorraine, now? You got it figured out. Good stuff. So we got Lorraine in there now. I think I got something. What happened here? Oh, I've got a friend. Oh, one friend is online. I got an invite. Thank you. Okay, now I have 2 friends. Thanks, Cement. Hitters, are you in here, dude? Are you part of the Discord? There's Hitters. Did we lose Hitters? What time is it down there now? 8:30. Getting on. All right. So I will leave it at that. Thank you very much. We will get this more organized. We're going to also do, somebody asked that about streaming. We're not going to stream per se, but what we can do is Steve has kindly gone off out of his own pocket. You see, these things cost money. Not that nobody's asking for anybody else's money in here, I don't think. Oh, I'd like to make t-shirts sometime, maybe. But and we've got Zoom, so we can use a Zoom, and then we can all kind of meet once a week. We'll get this all kind of organized. Howdy, Mr. Al. Oh, hey, are you even in chat? I missed you. Mr. Al. The burning cars. That's the icon. Burning our cars. Okay, so please be patient with me on the Discord because this will be like super tool over here for me because I as you can see, struggle a little bit with the tech stuff sometimes, but I'm actually, this is kind of exciting. I'm kind of excited, and it'll be neat to visit with people more a little bit, hopefully, and probably more things to divide up my shiny thing mind, but and we'll get things a little bit more organized. Stefan Molyneux. There's a how to stay down. Thanks, Stefan. Stefan's pretty. Stefan. Anyway, I'll keep my personal opinions to myself for now. When Nova Scotia is done, then I'll start to rain them out. Well, I know I still do sometimes, but I do have some opinions and some knowledge on some other things than just Nova Scotia. One day, just got home from work, had to scroll back to find Discord invite. Okay, can I post that again? There we go. Bing. Okay. Have to figure out navigation. Okay, Mr. Al, if you figure it out before I do, that's awesome because I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, Mr. Al's in. I'm there, brother. Okay, and so God bless. Oh, I've got the caps lock on. Awesome. God bless everybody. I hope you have a super day. Thank you very, very much for joining me. I think that we may have something coming up, maybe a little bit. That's, you can get rid of my monotony of me just rambling. We'll break it up with possibly a little interview, maybe with somebody, if that's going to go through. So looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys soon, hopefully on the Discord. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.